the border. That's my fourth Canadian province after British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatoon, now in Manitoba. Landscape is different here. It's more hilly, um, and it's not only straight lines. It's better for the eye, I have to say. Also, I'm looking forward to see bisons because Manitoba is famous for their bisons. I'm now aiming for Winnipeg, which is another 300 kilometers away. And Winnipeg used to be where my dad was stationed when he was in the German army during maneuvers, and he always spoke highly about the people there. It was his only time abroad, I think, with the army. So that's still in my mind. So that's the only reason I'm going there. Also, it is the center. It's the center of Canada, or as the Canadians refer to it, the armpit of Canada, because nobody actually wants to go there. And in wintertime, well, if they come from BC, I would say, or from Ontario, and in wintertime it can reach minus 50 degrees. Speaking of which, tonight it got really chilly. I would say 10 degrees or something. So temperature is changing. It's not so hot anymore. It's overcast. Yeah, so it's actually okay for riding. So this is what I see right now. You can see some trees. There's a train track, and it's not perfectly flat anymore. And so this is nice. This train track the campground that I was supposed to be in was closed, or I wasn't there anymore. So I had to go on to another one, and I found a campground with a pool. Can you imagine? So I had to swim, and that was very nice. And it was in a little valley. And during the night, a cargo train, like 4 kilometers long, pushed up the hill with an incredible slope for a train. But they have such an amount of sheer power. They probably have 4 locomotives in this train. And it was so loud. It was absolutely amazing. And then they also honk whenever there's a road crossing. So I think everybody was awake. But that's when you're Canadian, you're used to that. This train here is run by cargo. That's the dominating force. That is the lifeline of the country. Saskatoon is where there's a lot of minerals, whereas there are a lot of rare earth mines for potash and other minerals that are used both in construction but also in electronics. For example, rare earth are used in all kinds of mobile phones and computer devices and electric cars. So Saskatoon is actually becoming quite important in terms of their natural resources, and they are trying to keep the money in the country somehow, in the province, as opposed to giving it to Quebec to Ottawa, to the capital. Yeah, politics is a different story. I don't want to go into that one. That's a long story. Yeah, other than that, what's the situation at home? So today, Tabea, Caroline's eldest daughter, left for a year in New Zealand. So mother buried daughter away for a year at the farthest point on the earth. That's a lot. I'm not there. That's just tough. And yeah, we just try to be in touch as good as we can to make the best of the situation. But it's tough. It's tough for me as well to kind of live with that of not being there. Gosh, it's terrible. Yeah, and so that is the situation. Other than that, the team has produced the first highlight video of the first week. Hope you like it. Maybe you write a comment. And you know, the thing is, my family is paying a high price for me doing this. I'm paying a high price for me doing this. So I think the best thing would be to make it worth the while. So in other terms, if you can think of anybody who could support this initiative, I mean, at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to help NGOs in Ukraine to rebuild their country after the war and to kind of survive also mentally and emotionally during the time of war. And this is what we want to do. And this is a great cause. And we need donations for that. And why do we need donations for that? Because we don't want the coaches to work for free. Coaching is a valuable profession. There's a lot of experience and certification and learning required, ongoing supervision. And at least we want to provide a basic level of payment, because we also want to use the same quality processes as we use in our for-profit world. So quality assurance, time tracking, monitoring of budget, intervision, all of that stuff. And for that, we need a minimum budget so that the coaches get paid. And that's the cause. And this is the reason why I'm doing all this. And this year it's a particularly high price. So please, please, please make it worth the while. Support us. Support the Cosmic Foundation. Spread the word. Talk to people. Come to the fundraising gala event October 12th. If you are in Toronto, come to the fundraising event on August 27. If you are in Montreal, come to the fundraising event on September 3. That would be the only thing that kind of makes it bearable. If that project here is at least successful, that part of my quest. Yeah, so that's in my mind right now, and now I have to get some work to do because I'm a little late. I slept in a little bit, and because it's so dark, somehow it's very, very damp. Can't see the sun, and yeah, now I have to catch up a little bit to make my 120 kilometers for today. Wishing you all a nice start into the week. Well, you have already started probably. A nice week ahead, and talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.